Once upon a time, the Resident Evil series was more about horror and less about action. Capcom's survival horror series made a splash when the original debuted on the PlayStation console, but the sequel still holds a special place in our hearts. Many believe it's the best of the series to this day. It's hard to fathom that Leon S. Kennedy was just a rookie cop on the first day of duty in Resident Evil 2, but the Raccoon City outbreak would become his trial by fire.
What have we got here?
Thrust into the middle of the chaos, Leon has to make do with limited ammo, while plenty of menacing zombies shuffle about as he makes his way through what looked more like a war zone than a city. It seemed like there was no respite until he finally came across the police department. Surely this would be a haven from the madness engulfing the city, but Leon would soon learn the true hell he'd gotten himself into.
No!
The interior looked innocuous enough, but it's suspiciously quiet. That is until Leon comes across the badly injured Officer Marvin, who reveals the full gravity of the situation. It's at this point Leon realizes that virtually the entire police force has succumbed to the zombie outbreak, and he's all alone. Rather than retreating and heading back outside, he decides to remain indoors and press onward. Shortly after probing further into the station, there's an unsettling glimpse of a creature through a window. Maybe it was just Leon's imagination. Moving through the very next room, he makes first contact with a horrifying monstrosity that would strike fear into legions of fans for years to come, the Licker. The formidable foe could knock a head clean off with a precise attack, so the best course of action was to run like hell. It would not be the last time Leon would cross paths with the beast. Rooms that should be teeming with life were now filled with deadly silence until Leon finally came across one of the infected officers. Former comrades turned into the Walking Dead, he had no choice but to put them out of their misery. Progressing through the station proved difficult with locked doors and puzzles impeding his path. Backtracking through the corridors thought to be safe brought new horrors, including arms bursting through the walls in an effort to pull Leon to his doom. His efforts weren't for naught, as he slowly uncovered the dark secret of Chief Irons, a man paid by Umbrella to help cover up their sinister experiments. Leon also eventually came across the mysterious Ada Wong, a young woman who claimed she was merely searching for her boyfriend.
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella, based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago.
Not long after, he realized there was something odd about her, and she was hiding something. The duo then met another survivor, a man named Ben, locked up in a cell in the station's basement. Rather than joining their plan to escape, he felt content to remain safely locked behind bars, hiding from the monsters.
But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
Ada and Leon then split up. Leon went through the dark sewers and had to fight off giant spiders that spewed poisonous liquids. His reward for his efforts was a confrontation with zombie dogs that hunted him relentlessly. After solving a few more puzzles and obtaining some necessary items, Leon was ready to open up the path to get him out of the city. After a brief reunion with Ada, they returned to Ben, who was attacked by a mysterious creature with a menacing eye. Ben underwent a terrifying mutation and became the lethal G. Imago. Leon had to face off against the boss and its offspring, navigating tight spaces and finding openings to attack and evade. After a difficult battle, Leon was finally able to escape the police station, wrapping up an intense sequence of events that made this one of the most memorable levels in series history.
What was that all about? Running off like that was reckless and stupid.
Resident Evil 2.
See this and other GT shows and game reviews on the GT Originals iOS app, available now on the App Store.